HBCUsports.com ranked all 12 of the SWAC coaches, and I was surprised at who they had at number one. Let's talk about it, their list, their ranking, and whether you agree with them or not. After the bumper, stay tuned. This is interesting. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcast, sports shows, whatever. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe and notification bell because we upload all the time. I've been gone for a while, but I am back. Took a little hiatus, but I am back here to talk about an article that I saw that came out recently, put out by our friends over at HBCUsports.com. That's HBCUsports.com. Ken Rashad and those guys. Now, Ken didn't write this article, but Jared Hoffman put out an article. It says, who are the top coaches in the SWAC? We rank them, meaning their site decided to rank the top coaches in the SWAC. And it was interesting, some of the spots they put some of the coaches. Let's go ahead and shoot it right over to the article and let me know how you all feel about these rankings. Let me know how you feel about these rankings. So shout out to Jared and the good work and the good folks over at HBCUsports.com. It says stability among SWAC head coaches in recent years have been rare. This is true. They've had a bunch of new coaches in the SWAC over the last few years. Of the 12 SWAC coaches, only 4 have been at their current schools longer than 2 seasons. There are just as many head coaches who will be making their debut as there are tenures longer than the couple of seasons. Here are a look at how these SWAC coaches rank ahead of the 2023 season. Now they got number 12. The lower ranked coaches make sense. Alonzo Hampton, first-year head coach at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Kendrick Wade, first-year head coach at Valley. Raymond Woody, first-year head coach at Bethune-Cookman. So all those make sense. And now this is where it starts to get interesting at number 9. They put Hugh Jackson of Grambling at number 9. Let's read. And, Hugh Jackson, friend of the show. And here's what they had to say about Hugh. It says, if Hugh Jackson has done anything for Grambling State football, he has brought some swagger to the team has not had in years. From appearing in videos flanked by expensive cars to the team posing in front of private jets, Jackson has done wonders for the Tigers in terms of marketing. The problem is this has not helped the team produce results on the field. In 2022, the Tigers finished a disappointing 3-11 overall. To be fair, Jackson is entering his second season as Grambling State's head coach with a loaded recruiting class to boot. Time will tell what the Tigers' ceiling will be this upcoming season. So they had Hugh at number 9, which I thought that was kind of low, but it makes sense. Like Jarrett validates his point. 3-8 don't get the job done. 3-8 gets you at number 9 on the spot. You got Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. right here at number 8. You've got Clarence McKinney at number 7 at Texas Southern. And then you got JSU's head coach T.C. Taylor at number 6. Now, some folks may feel like, McKinney or maybe Eddie Robinson Jr., who had a winning season in his first year, should be ahead of T.C. Taylor. Let's see what they had to say about Coach T.C. The 2023 season, we'll see T.C. Taylor make his head coaching debut after serving on several different HBCU coaching staffs over the past 17 years. Taking over for the reigning SWAC Coach of the Year, Taylor has kept up with Jackson State's great recruiting track record, adding, as of this article, was 14. I think they're up over 15 now. FBS transfers, the most out of any Division I HBCU. Still, it will be an uphill battle for Taylor and the 2-time SWAC champions to three-peat, having lost a huge chunk of their championship core to the transfer portal. The biggest question for the first-year head coach needs to answer is who will be the team starting quarterback heading into week 1. Now, that's a video we'll do another time, but that is interesting. And TC ranked at number 6 is respectable, right? It's a respectable ranking. Then you got Connell Maynor at 5. Now, I thought Maynor should have been higher than 5. I would have put Maynor over Bubba McDowell, but you had Maynor at 5, Bubba McDowell at 4. Now, the top 3 is where it kind of gets a little – and to me, I just think they got this wrong as far as ranking. They had Coach McNair. Freddie McNair at Alcorn at 3. He should not be number 3. Let me repeat that. Fred McNair at Alcorn should not be number 3. He should be number 1. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. He should be number 1. Let's read what they have to say about Fred McNair. Becoming the head coach of Alcorn State in 2015, Fred McNair got off to a historic start. He led his team to 4 straight SWAC East Division titles. That's number 1, including 2 straight conference titles in 2018 and 2019. Now, you'll say, Jeff, that was 4 years ago. Okay, that was 4 years ago. In those 4 years, who's done anything? Dion took 2 years. Then you have Maynard, who took the spring year. Well, y'all got him at 5. So that's 3 years. Willie Simmons ain't won nothing in 3 years for the last 4 years. But let's continue reading. Since transitioning to the SWAC West, the Braves have not been able to replicate their success, finishing with a combined record of 11-11 over the 2 seasons. Now, okay, I get it. 11-11 over 2 seasons is the definition of average. It's super mid. Let's continue reading. That being said, the Braves will still be competitive in a division that was wide open in 2022 and will be no different in 2023. I still like Coach Fred McNair at number 1, but no lower than number 2. The only person I'd put over him potentially is this guy right here, Coach Eric Dooley. It says, coming to Southern from Prairie View, Eric Dooley made an immediate impact for the Jaguars, leading the team to the SWAC West Division title. This gave him his 2nd straight division title after winning one with the Panthers the previous year. So, okay, winning 2 SWAC West Division titles, that can get you number 1. That can get you number 1 on this list. But it doesn't have Willie Simmons at number 1 is what I'm getting at. Let's continue reading. Dooley has been a coach in the SWAC since 97, leading teams to great success everywhere he has been. He has won 2 SWAC championships as an assistant at Southern. He was a part of UAPB and Grambling State programs that also won conference crowns. Since becoming a head coach in 2018, Dooley's record is 27-22 and 21-11 in the conference. I think that's good enough to get Eric Dooley number 1, no lower than number 2. I think both him and Coach McNair should be over Willie Simmons. Now, let's read off Coach Willie Simmons, who they ranked at number 1. It says Willie Simmons first became an HBCU coach in 2015 when he took over the Prairie View program before transitioning to FAMU in 2018. In that time, he's 33-12 and led the Rattlers to an FCS playoffs in 2021. However, the one thing that has eluded Simmons in his career as a head coach is a conference title. He's never won a conference title. He hasn't even been to the conference championship game. Now, granted, you could say, well, he would have been there if it wasn't for Dion. Well, he didn't go. He didn't win. He didn't go, and therefore he couldn't win if you don't go. Now, what I will say about Coach Simmons is he has had great success in the SWAC outside of Jackson State, but I don't think he's had enough success in the SWAC. Now, granted, they haven't been in the SWAC that long, but Willie Simmons has coached in the SWAC before FAMU, and at Prairie View, he didn't win the SWAC there neither. You know who was winning the SWAC then? It was Fred McNair, and that's not to say Fred McNair won't go back to winning the SWAC now. Let's continue reading. It says, in that time, he posted, since FAMU made the transition to the SWAC in 2021, they have been competitive in the East Division, but played second fiddle to Jackson State. Now the Deion Sanders and much of the Tigers championship roster have disbanded. The consistent Rattlers will naturally be looked at as the favorites for the conference in 2023. Now, here's the thing. I don't disagree with that last sentence. Shout out to Jared. This is a great article, by the way. Shout out to Jarrett Hoffman of HBCUsports.com. Let me make sure I'm saying his name right. Yeah, Jarrett Hoffman. But that doesn't take away the fact that Willie Simmons is not number 1. Now, you'll have some people, some, not all, but some people will say they don't even think Willie Simmons is that great of a coach because of whatever reason. Now, I'm not going to go that far. Willie Simmons can coach. To have him at number 1, I think, is a bit much over Dooley and over Fred McNair. Now, you can say, well, Dooley didn't even play the right quarterback. You got me on that. Because Dooley didn't play the right quarterback for a long time. Long time last year, that I'm saying. Last year being his first year as the head coach at Southern. Dooley didn't play the right quarterback for the majority of the year. Just didn't. And then you get to the SWAC championship game, you finally put in a quarterback that can actually play, and you're competitive. right? You obviously still lost, but you were competitive, and he should have been playing really probably the whole year. He was better than Bashawn McCray. Bashawn McCray could do one thing, it was run. Couldn't throw the ball past 6 yards. But I still like Dooley over Simmons right now. I damn sure like Fred McNair over Simmons. You know, he's the only one out of all these coaches that actually won a SWAC championship as a head coach. Because the COVID year they didn't play, and then the last 2 years they lost to Deion in Jackson State. So that's why I like Fred McNair. But, you know, some folks feel like he needs to go improve it, and they have been 11-11 over the last 2 years. I'll give you that. But I think Fred McNair is going to have a great year. Most people think Alcorn's going to win the SWAC West this year. And then the SWAC East will probably be between FAMU and Jackson State. How good can Coach TC prove to be his first year? And can FAMU, which some people, including Jared in this article, believe are going to take the next step, can FAMU take that next step? There's no more excuse of, oh, Deion's in the conference. Deion's gone. He's in Colorado. So there's no more excuse. You have to go out there and prove that you can win the SWAC East. You have to go out there and prove that you can win the Orange Blossom Classic. You have to go out there and prove that you are the team that we think you are, or that some of us think you are. I said that I think preseason, this was before all the latest wave of transfers, I said FAMU would go into the season as the favorite in the SWAC West, or SWAC East, rather. But you got to go out there and play the games. And until those games are being played, I wouldn't put Willie Simmons at number 1. No, I'd have Fred McNair at number 1, Dooley at 2, Willie Simmons can be at 3, Connell Maynor at 4, but you can debate that. You can debate Connell Maynor and Willie Simmons. Connell's got a SWAC championship. You can say, oh, it was the COVID year, man. It counts. You can't take it away from him. So Willie and Connell right there. Then I would go with TC at 6. I think he's ranked properly at 6. And then the rest of there is a crapshoot. But this is interesting. Willie Simmons is the number 1 coach in the SWAC. That's not to say, this is not to discredit Willie Simmons at all. I just think Fred McNair has proven more. I think Eric Dooley has proven more so far as a head coach. Not just in the SWAC, but just as a head coach in general than Willie Simmons has as a head coach. But Willie can change it this year. Willie can change it by week 2 in that Orange Blossom Classic. Week 2, he can say, yeah, I'm number 1, and I'm proving to y'all that I'm number 1. But we have to wait and see. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Willie Simmons ranked by HBCUsports.com as the number 1 coach in the SWAC, with Eric Dooley coming in at 2 and Fred McNair rounding out the top 3. Jackson State, TC Taylor at 6, Hugh Jackson at number 9. Interesting rankings. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button before you get out of here. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.